Yay, it's story time. It's the story I'll tell myself if I don't create meaningful and lasting change after working with Arlene. After working with Arlene and gaining knowledge about life strategies, I didn't create meaningful and lasting change because I did not want to. I wanted to be the same old person out there in the world, using drugs to make my life feel complete. After all, what else can I do? I like to feel so... No, excuse me. It's supposed to be, I don't like to feel, so I cover it up by getting high. When I get mad, get high, Tina. You'll forget about it. When I'm lonely, get high so I can talk to myself. When I'm sad, get high so you won't cry. Or when I'm happy, get high because after all, don't I deserve to have a little bit of fun? How about when I get stressed out? Get high so I'll relax. Or when the house is a mess, get high and really make a mess. How about the too many things to do and so little time? Just get high and I can forget where I am. How about when I don't feel well? Get high so I can feel worse. Now, how about those headaches, or shall we say migraines? Instead of pinpointing the problem, say sinus migraine, stress migraine, tension migraine, overworked migraine, too much or not enough sleep migraine, the nightmare migraine, I got too high migraine, read too much migraine, watched too much TV migraine, the sun is too bright migraine, or lights for that matter, or just the out of the blue migraine that can sneak up on you at any time. Instead of trying to figure out why my head hurts, just smoke a little bud and then I won't have to think about it at all. And maybe the pain will go away, just come back later in the day. Or how about that damn headache I get when I plainly just think too much or too hard, and I gotta get high to quiet my brain down to a much slower pace. Okay, what about the children? I brought them into this world. Why should I take care of them? After all, at the young age of 11, I had to help a little too much at home, and that leads me to say, what about my childhood? I had to take care of myself and others, so why can't my children do the same? So I deserve to feel young. Why not get high and feel giddy again? Or how about the feeling of just not fitting in anywhere I go, or not having any friends? If I got a bag of dope, I got plenty of friends until the drugs are gone. And then I'm just an outcast again. So I better get high so I won't feel so alone. Now it's time to think rationally, time to make changes. I've never truly loved myself because I can never be honest with my own heart. Getting high only makes me feel worse. Drugs only intensify the feelings you have when you use. So why do that to myself? After all, it's a lot easier to just face reality and deal with the problems at hand before they become out of hand. And you find yourself, I should say myself, in a mixed up world where nothing makes sense except to cover it up or hope it just goes away on its own. No, now's the time to embrace myself, deal with each problem as it arises or comes along. Time to be a parent to my children so they can enjoy their own childhood. After all, I don't want them to end up like me, where they will use drugs just to escape the harsh realities of life. I would rather they have a fighting chance at a good sober life instead of always watching mom because she's never sober. I guess the bottom line is there are no excuses to justify using drugs. There is no problem that can't be dealt with or solved. There are no feelings that need to be covered up with drugs, only feelings that can be shared and talked about with people you love or who love you. And if so-called friends are only there when you're getting them high, then maybe it's time to realize they're not your friends at all. Because if they cared for you at all, they would always be there through good times and bad times, encouraging you to push on to better things, better times, and a sober life. I guess the bottom line is this: when I use, I lose. So what's it going to be? Am I going to be right and utterly miserable, or am I going to be happy and live life without any crutches? Time to look deep in my own heart and find my true self, the sober one I once was, the one I can truly be again. This time I'm doing it for me. I wrote that in March 2000.